Greetings, Islam, Shalom, Assalamu Alaikum, Ola, and all the many words of peace throughout all the human family. I am Brother Fonte L, and today I want to talk about Tic Tok Telekinesis and other telekinesis applications and devices. You see, I can't really tell if someone is here or not, but I'll continue on. Let's go over it. And we'll see why I feel that these are telekinesis applications. Okay, let's go over the definition of telekinesis. The supposed inducement of movement of an object by mental or spiritual power. This is the definition of telekinesis. Let's read further. It says, the movement of a body caused by thought or willpower without the application of a physical force. The ability to cause such movement. We keep going back to that word movement. A lot of times when we think about telekinesis, we think about someone with an object at a table and they're straining their brain almost to the point of their nose bleeding or their eyes bleeding to move the object without touching it. I say that, I'm not going to say that that ability doesn't exist in the world, because if a man can think it, it exists. I'm just going to say when we deal with powers to be, they look at it on a broader scale. And these applications and devices, such as this device here, I say this is a telekinesis device meant to be used in a telekinesis form. I feel it was designed from the beginning like that, as well as television, radio. Let me find something. Give me just a moment. Let's read the definition for the word emotion. A mental state that arises spontaneously rather than through conscious effort and is often accompanied by psychological changes of feeling. The emotion, it's an important word, the emotion of joy, sorrow, and anger. Such mental states, or the qualities that are associated with them, especially in contrast to reason. Let's go further down. Let's get the etymology of it. If we come over here, we see this word to move. Motion, emotion, to move. So if they're not, I say that they're moving something on a larger scale. I say they're moving the emotions of the people en masse, in aggregate. That would make it a telepathic device. That would make it a device used in this particular manner. How many times do people go on TikTok and see something that moves them to anger, or moves them to sadness, or even moves them to joy? It is still moving something. Always the vicissitudes and changes of something. It is past a frequency from this device or this device or the television, so on and so forth. Like let's find this, remember this RCA dog here? Look at the RCA dog. We can see him by the phonograph here, but we see the dog's head is tilted as if it had been mesmerized. It's tilted like in awe. That's the same thing with these devices. They are telekinesis devices. I think that the anger and upset nature from the government and corporations with regard to the Chinese company known as TikTok being able to function in a particular jurisdiction had not only to do with the data they were collecting. I think that it is a very efficient telekinesis device, a little too efficient. So they had to try to put the clamps on it because of that reason. Let's go further. Television, one of the earlier, before radio came first, one of the earlier telekinesis devices. It says an electronic broadcast system in which special providers transmit a continuous program of video content to the public or subscribers by way of an antenna, cable, or satellite dish. And it goes on further. Let's scroll down. See the circa in time. You see the vision here. You see kinesis. I want to see the word kinesis here. Kinesis. I told you about movement. We go back to movement again. Movement to do with emotion. Movement. It says kinesis, movement or activity of an organism in response to a stimulus such as light. Organism would be the human body. Light, these monitors have lights. These devices have light, so much so that we have to sometimes take a break from it because it could make us ill. And as who knows how many flashes, interval flashes it makes before you fall into that awe state like you saw with this RCA dog here. With this telekinesis device and its telekinesis applications. Because remember, it said the movement of a body. So it can transfer that energy, frequency, to another human being and make them have a vicissitude of emotions throughout the course of the day. Who knows how many times you have different emotions as you're scrolling through. You're scrolling through with emotions all over the place. That means that whereas some people may, whether it be males may not normally show a particular type of emotion, but if they scroll through enough, now they might. Because it is a telekinesis device to control the emotions of a larger quantity of people, group of people in mass, I should say, as I said before. Just something for you to think about and give you an understanding of how these devices are designed, what they're designed for, and who designs them. It says, listen to this. It says, the production of motion in there's that word again, a body. Now, automatically, like I said, we always think of something inanimate being moved instead of a larger scale of people and their thought processes being moved. The production of motion in a body apparently without the use of material force, a power long claimed by mediums and magicians. Magic is not always how we think it is. So this is certainly a magic device here. It does some magical things if you ask me, literally. But one of those magical things that it does is have applications that can control my emotions, your emotions. It says teleportation. It even has the power to teleport. Here again, the emotions are so powerful that a child can be watching a cartoon and immediately his imagination teleports him into whatever show that he is watching. Telekinetic. That's just something I'm thinking about and sharing with you guys. I can't really see you guys with any chat as I may have before, so I don't know if anyone is even watching or if it's even broadcasting, as it would say. Broadcasting. Cast. As in sending something out. Magicians cast things. So that's just something I wanted to go over and give my 2 cents on one of the reasons why I think the powerful application called TikTok is not welcomed to be dealt with in the jurisdiction of U.S. corporation because of that very reason. It was a little too efficient and it had a lot of power over others. Because it's easy for them to give you a thought pattern and then you further that thought pattern by using the device and its application the way it was intended to be used in the first place to create anger, jealousies, competitiveness, so on and so forth. And it also can be used for good. It just depends on the user of it. Let's see what we have here. I'm going to go ahead on and end this little short video, but it's just something I wanted to give people as food of thought. I'm Brother Fontes L. I'd like to say peace and honors to all my ancestors, peace to all my loved ones, peace to those who I've met along the way, who I'm fond of and have had a great pleasure in meeting. Peace to those who I will meet in the future.